What is up, guys? It's Zach, and welcome to my pre workout tier list video. Today, we're going over all the pre workouts I've tried, and some of these I just have a picture for the brand, but I have tried other ones, so I'll go over that. And we're starting it off with Ghost. So, Ghost is a solid daily driver. It's good for all around purpose, but there's really nothing special about it, and the flavors they work at the end of the day, and they're definitely gonna do the job, and they taste really good actually. But we're throwing it in C tier because there's just nothing too crazy about the formula. But you could use it every day. Rise, the blackout flavors are super nostalgic to me, and this was also the first actual pre workout I used. So I have nostalgia towards it, but the formula made me tweak a little bit. The caffeine was just a little too much for some reason. I think it was too much, maybe extended release caffeine, and they've changed the formula, but I do get stomach aches off the tub that I currently have, which is kind of weird because I didn't off the original. But either way, we're going to throw this one in C tier, and I think that Ghost is pretty much around the same in terms of strength. I think Rise is probably a little bit of a better overall pre. Actually, we could put Ghost ahead for now, just because the flavors and the daily driver value. So now we got Edge of Insanity. And guys, this one I've had the best workout of my life of. Well, not the best workout, but a really good one that I also had to stop because I was tweaking so hard. But the first time I took this was an empty stomach, and that was the worst memory of my life. So I think this deserves D or C. We'll put it in C tier just because the flavor was good. But guys, there's so much yohimbine in this, and yeah. So now we've got Psychotic, and this one, it's a proprietary blend, but in terms of strength, I would probably put this equivalent to maybe like Rise. And the flavor, it's definitely about equivalent with Rise as well. There's really nothing too special about this one. I'm throwing it in D tier because of the proprietary blend, though. All right, guys, now we've got Legion Pulse. Legion is actually a really good pre workout. I've made a video on it. It's a healthy pre, it's clean, it gets the job done, and it's got 350 milligrams of straight caffeine, and it has a good dose of L-theanine. And the actual flavors, there's so many to choose from. It's not the most amazing flavor in the world, but there's really just nothing to complain about regarding this pre workout. I will say there are pre workouts better than it, but in terms of everyday use, it gets the job done. So we'll put it ahead of Ghost actually. Now we've got El Jefe. And guys, this one, I've had some banger workouts followed by like 2 hours of pacing around my house when I get home because it just lasts for so long. And I don't think any amount of time you work out at the gym can honestly make this pre workout wear off. So it's kind of like one of those where it's like you put the gas on, but you're ready for the gas to turn off and it just kind of doesn't turn off. But it's really good for high stim days, so that's why we're putting it in B tier. Mesomorph, we've tried the original, which would honestly be the good, well, actually, the original is the good pre. The new formula I would put between B and C tier just because it's not that crazy. It's kind of like a daily driver with a proprietary blend, maybe a little sprinkle of DMHA. But the old formula, the OG, guys, that one is a legendary formula. And honestly, if it wasn't for just how incredibly cracked out it is, I would put it in S tier. But the reason I have to not put it in S tier is because there is just that downside of it being so strong that literally not everyone would be able to handle this pre-workout. And I feel like S tier should be reserved for something everyone could try. So that's why we're throwing this right here in B tier. And we are putting it ahead of those other pre-workouts. So now we've got Pandemic. Guys, I'm a big fan of this one. It's going straight into one of these high up tiers because it's great. So I'm giving it A tier because I've genuinely had some great workouts from it. I get a good pump. And it's a clean amount of energy. It's a fair amount of energy. And I just think this one is like, I almost feel like that proves what Ghost is trying to do. All right, guys. Now Total War. Guys, this one used to be my favorite daily driver. I used to drink this every day. The flavors are so good. I only got like one stomach ache from an RTD one time, the ready to drink pre, but guys, this one's going in A tier. It's just better as a daily driver, in my opinion, than Rise or Ghost or really any of those. It's probably about equivalent with Pulse, but it just has nostalgia, which gives me an A tier for it. Now we've got Wrecked, which is going in S tier automatically, guys. Guys, Wrecked is my favorite pre-workout that I've had. Best pumps, best energy. No one's paying me to say that. It genuinely tastes amazing, and I get the perfect amount of energy from one scoop. 2 scoops puts me just over the edge for a crazy workout and just immaculate pumps. There's really nothing bad about Wrecked, and honestly, I wish a lot of people would see that. So, Heroline, all right. Guys, Heroline is one that has a big amount of DMHA in it, and I'm putting it up here with Panda, and actually a little bit ahead of Panda, because I've had some of my most memorable workouts, like talking 3 hours, where you're just also on the treadmill at the end, just getting those steps in, or in the sauna, just sweating. And guys, it has L-carnitine and alpha-yo and DMHA, and it's just a recipe for a crazy workout. Now we've got Sebum. I've tried Essential, I've tried Savage and Super Savage, and I would put it in B because they're all kind of just, not too crazy memorable. Super Savage is, but it's pretty expensive, and it does give you a stomach ache. It's a pretty big scoop. But Savage and Essential are some goated, almost A tier pre's. Not quite. I'm not putting them there because there's nothing too special about them, but they definitely are ones that you can use every day. And you know what? I'm thinking I'm actually going to move Rise because it just does not belong next to Edge of Insanity, especially with the Blackout and Godzilla formulations, because those genuinely would bring it up to A if those were the only formulations. But because they discontinued the Blackout, I hope Rise was watching this video. Yeah, anyways, Symbiote going straight into A tier, guys. NutraFit makes this banger pre-workout, guys. It's got a lot of alpha-yo, a lot of caffeine, and guys, if you're sensitive to strong pre-workout, please don't try that one. Now we've got 5150. This one is like Symbiote's baby brother almost. It's Rich Piana's pre-workout. It's going in B tier. Rich Piana is the GOAT. He himself would be S tier, but the pre is B. El Jefe is going to get moved up just because those crazy workouts. I'm just going to sort this out a little bit and move these into the order that I feel like they belong in, because I think 5150 is kind of right with Pulse. Like it's a really good pre-workout, honestly. It's just a little bit intense, kind of like Pulse, so be ready, but it's nothing you can't handle. YOLO, the original formula, guys, it's going into S tier. It is a goated formula with DMHA. Great pumps, great energy. There's nothing more to say about it. Ninja Up, guys, this one, was a really good, like, productive pre-workout. I'm putting it in B, and honestly, it would just be disrespectful if I had El Jefe next to Ninja. So I'm moving Ninja or El Jefe back down because Ninja is just like the pinnacle of a daily driver, if that makes sense. The Mayan Mango Madness flavor, guys, I got that one at Academy. If you've seen that one, then yeah, you'll know it's literally just like straight caffeine, nothing else, vitamins. Now we got Gorilla Mode. Gorilla Mode's definitely better than Mayan Mango Madness, but you know, Gorilla Mode is a little overpriced and doesn't taste very good. And you know, it does give you good focus and a decent pump, but there's just other stuff. Now we've got Pre-Primal, which y'all probably have not seen, but this is the last pre-workout. I saw it on Instagram and decided to try the sample packets. And guys, it's actually pretty dang good. It kind of reminds me of the flavor of Total War and maybe a little bit stronger than Sebum Savage. So I would put it maybe at the same strength as like Ghost or something. But overall, here is my finalized tier list, guys. So this is basically everything that I've tried that I can think of right now. I don't know if there's any that I'm missing, but probably at least one. But that's my video, guys. Thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. Stay blessed. And yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments as well. What y'all feel about this overall list and what y'all think of the final, I guess, order that I chose to put it in and the reasoning behind it. And tell me if y'all would do anything different because I could see a few definitely being moved around. For example, the Ninja Up, I feel like it's in the wrong spot in B. It could probably be an A tier almost. And yeah, other than that, honestly, the 5150 is a banger. It could maybe be moved up, but I don't know. Those A tier pre's, it just doesn't touch with. And everyone's going to hate on me for having the Total War up there, but guys, y'all have to understand that is a really good daily. A really good one. So, with that being said, I'll see y'all later.